Hey, what is going on, tribe? It's Red again, just hitting you guys up with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So obviously in London, the sun is deciding to come out in September, which is interesting. So obviously I've been out here trying to make the most of it. Hope to get as much vitamin D as I can before it goes away and we're back in the shade. Hopefully that little bit of vitamin D will tick me over until we get some more sun, hopefully, but I doubt it anyway. But these type raw, I caught some sun today, boy. I don't know, I've just been listening to kind of my intuition and, you know, like reoccurring thoughts that keep going on in your mind. I've been kind of acting on them. So what I've been doing when the sun comes out is I go out when it's like midday. Well, it's not really midday, because obviously the time in the world is actually changing. Time is speeding up. And usually before, I don't know, we say in 2020, when it was midday, the sun would be kind of like bam, smacking my window, innit? And then now when it hits like the evening times at 5 o'clock, that's when the sun is like smack bang in the middle of my window. So time is shifting, yeah. Some people won't even know what I'm talking about, but if you resonate with it, just go with it anyway. So yeah, when it's like the highest point of the day, so for instance 1 o'clock, between 12 and 2, that's like the hottest point, I go out and recharge in the sun of what I've been doing recently. So I toast in the sun, I do half an hour each side, and then I come kick it in the shade. And literally, man, just in nature. And it's cool as fuck down here. Like, man's got free air conditioning. Like, right smack bang in the city, boy. It's gonna be wild. Right, the heat down there is just gonna be mad. And that's gonna be so crazy. And I was like, yeah, let me come up here, catch some sun, and then chill in the shade. Just eating some grapes and trying to make sure you guys are staying hydrated in this heat, yeah? You know what, yeah? Let me just practice what I preach. Man got that copper bottle. Copper is so important for the body. And I've got a copper bracelets as well. But yeah, man, like, yeah, it's a nice day today, man. So just trying to make the most of it, because next week we're meant to be going back into the shade, man. So it's like, all right, cool. Like, man's just out here trying to make the most of it. Got the got a little feather that I found today as well. Like when I'm just walking, I'll be getting bare signs and shit, and I'm just kind of going with it. Got the that's a whole vibe, man. Got the incense going in the shade, chilling. I had the music blaring, but because I'm just doing a little video, I thought, all right, cool, let me just cut the music off. But yeah, man, it's just interesting to see how times are going and stuff. Like the last month or so, it feels like I've been on some like kind of manic episode. Like I've just been high, like literally have a lot of energy, just been buzzing. So I've been getting a lot of things done. And it feels like the energy is more, it feels like a fire element. So I'm not sure where the planets are aligned or whatever, but it feels like we're in like a lot of fire energy. So a lot of movement, a lot of action, a lot of masculine energy is what I'm feeling. So I'm kind of just going with it and shit, just to see how it goes. New opportunities have been popping up, and I'm just kind of just literally running with it, man. If the universe is sending you opportunities, make sure you take the opportunities, because the universe, if you're not paying attention and taking the opportunities that the universe is giving to you, the universe will kind of stop sending them, because you're not being grateful to a certain degree, right? But yeah, like, it's funny, like there are literally two worlds coexisting at the moment. I've been saying this since 2020, man. Like, there are two worlds coexisting, and we're getting more separate, but yeah, we're getting more further apart. Like, you're having people more tapped into the matrix, and you have more people that are trying to disconnect from the matrix right about now. when you're having conversations with people, you will start to gauge where people are at, and some people will have no idea what you're talking about, and other people will understand what you're talking about. Like I've been seeing a few of my old friends that I grew up with, and before they weren't really into, like, not spiritual, like they're asking more questions now, innit? And it's like, you're starting to ask questions, so that's a good sign that there's a shift taking place, because you're starting to question stuff and you're starting to see the world differently. But that's just the beginning. They ain't jumped down the rabbit hole yet, like me and some of other people have. Like, once you go down the rabbit hole, there's no turning back. Like I was talking to my other friend, we were talking about psychedelics, and I was like, listen, anytime you try psychedelics, yeah, your whole world is going to change. When you take psychedelics, you're living in the real world, yeah, and you disconnect from the matrix. It's just like a full eye opener. Like I was saying to my brethren the other day, if the whole world had shrooms, the world would literally change overnight. But I'm talking about my experience. I'm not trying to promote anything here. This is just my experience. I felt like doing plant medicine was like therapy. Like, it was like therapy. And even my friend said it. He said it was like therapy as well, man. But do your research. Like I've been saying to you guys since 2020 doing the videos, to do your research, because we're in the age of Aquarius. We have information that is available to us at the drop of a hat. So why aren't you guys using it? You know, not you guys, but I'm just saying, just in general and shit. Look, I caught that sun today, boy. Look, I am black, dog, rotted. Yeah, hopefully this vitamin D ticks man over, because I think that's why England is so depressing and people are so depressed here. It's because of the lack of vitamin D. We don't get no sun. I think, you know what, to be fair, I'm just being just speaking freely or whatever, but I think England is the center of everything that's going on, like worldwide, like with all this bullshit that we're saying. Like, we're behind the scenes, but we actually run things, and I think that might be due to colonization or whatever. But that's just my opinion. What's your thoughts and feelings about this? Because the energy, London is a lovely place, yeah, but the energy here is very, very dense. I don't think I've been to other places where the energy is so heavy. Like, as soon as you leave London, you notice the shift dramatically. And it's like yesterday, because I'm trying to, obviously I've got Latino blood flowing through my veins and shit. I've been trying to learn Spanish. And then I met some, I was on the bus yesterday and I can understand some of it, and I can pick up, when people speak Spanish, I can pick it up, but I don't understand it. So two people were behind me, and they were speaking Spanish, and I was listening, like not listening to the conversation, but I was trying to understand. And then I looked around at him because he said something that I understood, yeah? And he just looked at me and kind of smiled at that, and I was like, estoy aprendiendo español, and that is basically, I'm learning Spanish. And he was like, sí. And I think he said, I think I said, ¿Dónde estás? Is where are you from? And he said he was from Mexico. And I was like, oh, cool. And then we was chatting. And then he was like, it's his first day in London or whatever. And he said, yeah, as soon as he touched down, basically he got his bag stolen and shit. So I was like, oh, that kind of sucks, man. But I was like, welcome to London, innit? But yeah, the energy here is so dense, man. It's very heavy, you know? But everything is coming to light. Like, everything that you see it unfold is just, yeah, like all the disasters and stuff that has happened. It's all been scripted, man. We're here to just watch the collapse of Rome again in 2023. Like, slowly. This is why it's called the apocalypse. Yeah, it's the lifting of the veil, because what was hidden is now coming to light. Yeah, so if you're in relationships and shit that ain't working, people are going to start showing their true colors. People ain't going to be able to hide how they really feel, or hide how they really want to act and stuff. You know, they're going to start showing their true colors. So be very aware of that. You're starting to see it unfold already. Relationships, jobs, family and stuff. Like, people are feeling the strain right now. So that's why better to disconnect as much as possible and to get yourself into a place where you know what you want and what you don't want, and to set healthy boundaries, and to also step outside your comfort zone as well, because in this time that we're in the age of Pisces, we was turning our power externally, so looking to be governed, right? But now we're in the age of Aquarius, we're turning our power inward and not being looked to govern. We're looking to empower ourselves, should we say, and empower others. But before in my early journey, I was walking around like a wounded healer, like most people on their journey, trying to help other people before you're helping yourself. But now you're being called to help yourself. Once your cup is full, then you share the overflow. There's no need to be greedy there's no need to be greedy. There's enough to go round. So that's why I don't understand humans. I don't classify myself as a human, because humans are very backward. They're very strange. They'll cut down a tree, then print on a tree, we need to save the trees. Dude, that doesn't make no sense to me. And like, it is a bit like Agent Smith said in The Matrix about how they are like a virus. They go to one place, take all the resources, basically bleed it dry, and then move on to another place. So it is like a virus. In the cities, in the Matrix, that's how they want it, like consumerism and materialism. But as human beings and should we say mammals, we're meant to actually coexist with our environment, not bleed everything dry and then move on. We're meant to coexist. We're not meant to pick every fruit from the tree, if that makes sense, right? Because there's enough to go around. But it's just interesting the times that we're in. Very interesting. And like, people with, global warming and this and that. It's like, dude, it's not global warming, man. The earth is actually going through a cycle. The world's just going through a cycle. The earth's just naturally heating up. The poles are also shifting, so things are going to start. Some people ain't aware of what's going on, but not everything is as it seems. And a lot of people don't know that Mother Earth is actually a living entity, or a living being, should we say. Like the trees, the ground, everything is alive. But people don't understand that. They see grass and just think, oh yeah, it's grass. But the grass is alive, Trees, they're alive. Why do you think all the hippies and that in the 60s and 70s? I swear I must have been had lifetimes in the 60s and 70s when they was doing the whole psychedelics and hippie movement. Because that was, to me, that is living. Like being free and free-spirited and connections, vibing, exploring, traveling, doing work on yourself, trying to grow and expand. That's what I'm digging. But now the system is just completely backward, and they're trying to take you as far as possible away from that, if that makes sense. That's why they want you, the more in touch with yourself you are, the more powerful you are. The less you, that's why they say know thyself, because once you know yourself, you're unstoppable. That's why they also say in the Bible and stuff, you are an expression of God, because we are expressions of the universe. We are the universe experiencing itself, But what's funny is we are consciousness becoming conscious that we are consciousness, I'll repeat that again. We are consciousness becoming aware that we are consciousness, right? So we are all one, we are all connected, So what you do for others, you are actually doing for yourself, People will mirror back to you what needs to be seen, I think some of this is channeled. I don't know what's going on here. It's funny, but just out here trying to make the most of the day. The energy's just been really wild the last few weeks. It's just been a bit crazy. My energy's been all over the place, depending where you're at. Like a few months ago, I was going through felt like a dark night of the soul, just a lot of healing, and just in a lot of just a lot of healing. I wouldn't say low vibration, because there's I'm not going to say that, but it's just stuff coming up to be healed, and it can be very dark and a lonely time, dark and lonely, when you're processing stuff, but it feels like I've shifted out of that now. Like it feels like I was in hermit mode since January, should we say, or even last year, 2020, it all started, should I say. And then now it feels like I'm kind of coming out of that into the new. Like everything seems new and more expanded, and everything's in reach, should we say. Yeah, it's really weird. But yeah, so I'm just out in nature, trying to make the most of it while we're here today, while the sun's out. So I'm just catching some rays. I'm cooling off now because I was in the sun. I think like here is all sensitive, so I might have got a bit too toasted in that terrace. More fire on that sun. I reach England, skin out and that. But yeah, so just in nature, trying to make the most of it. I think I'm gonna go for a little swim later on, a little swim and sauna, and then just take it from there, because I know the nighttime is just havoc. Trying to sleep in the night is just mad. Like I've been going to sleep at like 5 o'clock and shit. Don't know if that's to do with the Mercury. There's a retrograde happening. I think it's Venus, my sister said. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know. Like stuff's happening in it. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things taking place. The more you tune in, the more you feel the subtle shifts that are taking place. Some of the shifts will be subtle, some will be dramatic. Like, so you may have relationships ending, you may have big things shifting very fast, or you may have things shifting like very slowly. Like 1 minute I was like having a dark night of the soul, and then next minute I was kind of wanting to get out and about and socialize, but it weren't dramatic. It was like a subtle shift, and it's like I'm here now in a totally different place, if that makes sense. It's really weird, man. But yeah, I hope everyone's taking good care of yourselves during this time as well. Make sure you guys are staying hydrated, yeah, because that is important. And yeah, just try to be as present as possible. Be as present as possible, man, and try to remember to breathe. Yeah, take a moment to pause. And just be present, man. Anyway, you guys, peace, love, and light, guys, and have a good day. And I'm gonna catch you real soon.